What is the message of the Mick on the Rocks to you guys? What do you think the real message
is that anybody can be angry and violent. It's not secluded just to people with mental illness.
Yeah, and plus we're all human too. We're all in this boat together.
Mental illness patients are most likely not to be violent compared to somebody that's not a mental patient, is what I get.
Okay, I found that it does give a good message that people with mental illness are not always violent or angry. People with mental illness are more likely to be secluded to themselves or be antisocial, so they can't exactly be the stereotypical way of mental illness that people are violent all the time that have it.
Yeah, and it shows the loneliness too, the loneliness of mental illness, I think.
Yeah, you feel secluded or an outcast.
Being an outcast, not only the person that's not supposed to be one, shows he's all alone, but it shows the real Mick as being alone and excluded from everything else.
And like Vernon just said, being labeled, it's kind of like once you're diagnosed, it's like you're in a labeled society. Yeah. Almost.
And people will often say, well, when you go to look for a job interview, they'll say, well, where have you been for the last 15 years or 10 years?
That's
right.
And you can't, well, you don't really have an answer, and you can't really describe the work that you put in to rehabilitate yourself.
So having the label of a psychiatric illness means a whole bunch of stuff to other people. What kind of things does it mean to other people?
I think they're kind
stereotypical
of they're stereotypical, and not only they're stereotypical, they're in a way kind of scared, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
They're scared thinking that something bad's going to happen.
Right? They consider you can't do the job because you're unreliable just because you have that label.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And the same thing that, like in the script of Mick, the Mick script, how it says that we sponge off the system. People with mental illness sponge off the system. We don't exactly sponge off the system. Whoever's making $200 a month for food is definitely not sponging off the system very much. No. I'm sorry to say, that's pretty low.
We're not living in a high street,
Yeah.
We're just scraping by with just the bare necessities that we learn innovative ways to buy food and tobacco. Tobacco is
What do you guys find was the most memorable moment from this experience? When you guys think back, and what's the one thing you might remember?
One thing that I will remember is the concept of what the whole short film was about, is that, oh, this is not the real Mick. This is somebody that doesn't have mental illness, is not named Mick, and the real Mick is over there saying, looking happy, he's saying, hey, this is me, I'm over here, guys,
And the misconception is the fake Mick.
Yeah.
That's what everybody thinks is being the real Mick.
Because everything that is said, like the voiceover or whatever, is that it's actually facts. That you can look it up in a textbook. You know what I mean? So
I wonder if you guys each could talk about what you feel you brought personally to the project, to the filming of it, that helped make it work out.
That's good. That's just hilarious. What I brought.
I try to speak clearly. That was about it.
I was fast. Like he said, I'm a perfectionist, and I am. I'm an artist.
And if it does show up on the audio that I said he's still bobbing his head, just ignore it totally.
No, leave it in. That'd be good.
What the are you doing?
We're still bobbing. Talk a bit about maybe some things you learned about filmmaking as a result of being involved in this project.
You have to have lighting, good lighting. You have to have less sound, no interruptions.
Yeah.
Good hand and eye coordination.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A steady hand when you hold the camera.
And be able to get into character.
And know the role of each character or staff in that filmmaking process, and know what each one is doing, and rely on them to do it.
Yeah. So you know when it's your turn.
Were any of you surprised by the length of time it takes to get to the filming process? Like there's all this planning and thinking about location.
You can't just pass out a script or whatever, said, okay, we're doing it in one shot.
No.
It does take time. Practice makes perfect.
And all the different things the little things that go wrong and that you don't account for, you have to stop everything and start over.
Any other final comments, thoughts?
If I'm still here, I'll look forward to do more. But if I'm not, see you later.
What do you do to get psyched into a role like this, Gary?
I take heavy drugs.
What's your secret, Mick, for getting in role?
What's my secret for getting in role?
Yeah?
Deep breathing.
Deep breathing. What's the purpose of the project today, Gary?
To try to alleviate the stigma that is attached to mental health issues or conditions. Yeah.
Do you think we can do it?
No, because it's entrenched by Hollywood, which is a much bigger operation.
Entrenched by Hollywood?
Yeah.
We're fighting Hollywood?
Yeah, well, in fact, we are, yeah.
All right.
By telling the truth about the disease rather than having the hyped up version on like.
Okay, here's your big scene, Vern. You ready? You want to see this?
Yeah.
Come here.
Not yet, no.
Do you need more of a cue for when you speak your lines?
Maybe. No, they were getting pretty close, so I thought I should say it. I was watching them like that, you know, and I thought I should do it.
You gotta wait your turn, dude.
I gotta wait my turn. Well, that's why I'm not a movie star. Get the where's my stick's going?
Well, you're through it.
Gary, if you could put your leg down. We're not filming a porno.
I don't know how to run it.
All right, that's better. Here we go. Vern,
You're right.
any thoughts?
No.
No. No thoughts
You don't want to get out of here?
Totally blank.
Yeah.
My name is Mick. I don't have to. I can't read it.